Hello and welcome to our second event of WOSSOM Win on Sunday Sell on Monday. That's a challenge at the automation game, and if you don't know what that is, go check it out at wossom.net. That's or even better, just check the description. Yeah, you can participate as well. Just go check it out. We are still in beta version, but soon we will have this thing working with most of its features, and we have a long way to go. But it's already working. You can already participate, and these are the contenders for today's event. We are here at the Salt Lakes. This is the BNG game. The cars were imported from the automation game, so we are using two games here. And we start with a banger already, because this car, there isn't much left of it, at least from its bodywork. This, if you don't recognize it, it's the Carrogial Salonu Ferry Seat. This is the Chaser version. And just before we start this thing up, I want to mention that for our next challenge, that will be the factory car again. I will share some information after we do the runs here, so Nolan doesn't fall asleep again. So yeah, so we don't spend too much time before the cars are running. But after the runs here, I will share some information with you, answer some questions that you did in the forums. So yeah, without further ado, let's check out how the Carrogial does. And for this event, we have this something new. Here is the information about the Salonu, and this is actually the automation game for those of you who don't know it. So this is a Salonu. It's inline 4 engine, 2.2 liter, 124 horsepower and 1008 kilos. That's the specs for the Salonu. And let's start this thing up. Okay, so our first run of the challenge. There you go. Trying not to spin the wheels too much. So this challenge is all about top speed. This car has 4 gears, so we are riding 4. And this time I'm sharing with you the airspeed. Right now we are at 145 kilometers per hour. And also we have the RPM, some information here with you, for you. We are already reaching 6,000 RPM. This car is supposed to go all the way up to 6,500 maybe. We are doing 185 kilometers per hour. I'm sorry for you guys that measure this in miles. 192, that seems to be the top. That's something it would be nice for automation to work as you see, we have a leader here. And these older cars, they did. So yeah, it would be nice to accelerate it till the engine blows. But that's it, 192 for the Salonu Ferry Seat Chaser. Why not finish in style? So 192 for the Salonu. Let me write it down or I will forget. Okay, hold on, Nolan. Don't fall asleep yet. We still have quite a few cars to go, and now it's the time for uh, the Veers Motor Company, the Core, and this time it's the land speed version of it. For me, as I said before, this car looks beautiful and it sounds even better as you're going to hear now. But before we do that, let's check the specs for this car. It's loading up. I'm gonna show it to you in a couple of seconds. There you go. So this is the Veers Motor Company Core Salty Dog. That's the name of this version of the car. It is a V8 5.1 liter engine, 160 horsepower and 1,083 kilos. So it's a bit more powerful than the last contender and just slightly heavier. Let's see how it does. Yeah, just love this song. A bit harder to keep the wheels from spinning on this one. This runs on much lower RPM. That's one of the reasons it sounds so good for me. And we are already reaching 3,500 RPM. This car goes all the way up to 4,000. And it has already passed the Salonu, 197 kilometers per hour. We are going to go over 200 already. 203, and that was the max. 203 for the Veers Motor Company Core Salty Dog. Oops. Just let the engine die. Let's see if we can restart it. No. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, just so we hear it one more time. Let me write down the number here. How much was that? 203, was that it? And now to our next contender. That would be the oh, there you go. That's the Pioneer Premier Speed Demon, and as you can see, it has received some aerodynamic features, and that's something I was going to talk about because I don't believe BNG takes this into consideration yet. That's one of the things that the game doesn't do, and I don't know, maybe it does, but yeah, this would be a nice way of keeping the aerodynamics in shape, like you see all the effort that was put on this car. This one is a inline six engine, 3 liter, 166 horsepower, and 952 kilos. So, as Morosa pointed correctly, the weight is not that important on these cars, as at least not in this type of challenge. But we'll see. Let's see how it does. Yeah, this one is a bit harder to control. Having to manage the throttle a lot more. Lots of wheel spin even in third gear. Still cannot accelerate. Full throttle now. And we are already at whoa. Yeah, still get some wheel spin. At 206 kilometers per hour. And oh, it's quite hard to hold this one in place. And I am a bit too stupid to control this and talk at the same time. 230. Man, I'm fighting this wheel so much. You cannot see that because it's still not that easy to export moving wheel from automation to PNG. And as you can see, maybe I did stop the other cars in quite a dangerous place. Maybe it was on purpose after I saw that you really enjoyed our crash last time. And we are going 234, and that seems to be the maximum. We didn't really reach the limiter, so this gear rating seems perfect for this car, and it's 234 kilometers per hour. Let's hope I remember it this time. Hold on while I write it down. 234. And this time I'll try to point the right names. This car was made by Nolan. This is the same Gen Z dude that said he was going to fall asleep because the videos were too long, so I'm trying not to do that this time. So yeah, the Cura was made by William Veers from Veers Motor Company, you could guess that. And the Carrigiel was also made by Veers. He's got 3 cars, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe the next one is his 3rd car. Let's see. Actually not. This is the Regal Aviator Top Speed version with its beautiful green paint. It also has received quite minor drag efficient body kit as well, and this is sets for it. Now you can see, oops, sorry, that my computer is struggling to keep up with the 2 games open. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. So yeah, he did actually receive some quite cool aerodynamic features to keep it in the south. And yeah, it's a V. Sorry, no, it's a V8, 3.7 liter and 166 horsepower. All the cars with quite similar uh, horsepower, but this one is a lot lighter. It's 772 kilos, but as Morosa said, that's not the most important thing here. I believe one of the most important things here is to have the perfect gear ratio for your engine power. And okay, let's see how it does. Alright, this one is even harder. Full throttle, no, still. Oh man, still has pluggable speed. I still cannot go full throttle. And we are already at 230 kilometers per hour. Oh, big slide. Another one. Man, I'll find a way of showing you guys how much effort I'm putting on the steering wheel next time. 'Cause this almost lost it there. Now I'm looking at the speed on the speedometer on the right when I should be actually looking at the airspeed. So hopefully I got this right from the first cars because it's giving us quite a different measure. And the correct one is the airspeed at the bottom. So we're actually at 233 now. 34. And we are running out of space here. 234. 35. Oh, and we are on it. Ooh, this one was fun. Okay, 234. And I know I apologize for much. I apologize for apologizing, but yeah, I messed up a bit on these first cars. And I'll check it out after the live just to make sure that we get the right numbers. But for now, this car has exactly the same. Oh, actually, it was 235, right? So it's a bit faster. But yeah, I was getting the numbers from the odometer there, or the speedometer, and when we should be looking at the airspeed. But it's okay. Those are three cars that maybe will need be checked again. But it isn't going to change that much. So 235 for the aviator, and we go to our next contender now. And that will be the Veloci, the beautiful boxer car. Hold on while I'm loading it, or loading the specs. There you go. The accurate Acura Veloci V Max version. This is it. Some nice looking covers there for the aerodynamics. Hopefully that does have some effect on BNG, but I'm not sure. This car has a boxer engine, as I said, 4 cylinders, 2.2 liter engine, 169 horsepower, and 665 kilograms. That's the beautiful sound of a boxer engine. The advantage of the boxer engine on this car is that it has a lower center of gravity. Whoa. That's a lot of RPMs for this type of engine. One piece. Engine's off. 244, right? And when I go silent like this, it's because I'm finding my Google Sheet here, so I can write it down. Hopefully we'll have this automatic in the future. There you go, 244. And yeah, this car was made by Fabio Remy. The last one was made by Nolan. Nolan has 2 cars, the Pioneer and the Regal Aviator. And Fabio Remy, he doesn't only have the accurate Acura, but also he made the winner car last time, the Carletto Tipo 48. And he mentioned in the forum that he actually did test the car this time instead of just relying on the numbers, and that's why we got such perfect gear ratio, as well as we had with what was the last car that did that as well? I know there was one. So yeah, there was 244. That's the fastest car for now, and let's go to the next one. And that will be the Phaeton TC Top Speed 2. I guess he made a one version maybe. And man, I don't know. I have my doubts about the solutions he came up to close this car to make it more aerodynamic. It kind of reminds me of Tesla Cybertruck, even though it wasn't invented at this time. And as you can see, it does even have those sharp edges that could slice through a body like a knife. So hopefully we will finish this one alive. Let's bring up the specs. There you go. So yeah, as I was saying, these are the really sharp edges on this thing. Yeah, it does look like a Cybertruck, at least that part, unfortunately. And okay, let's see. This one is an inline six engine, 2.2 liter, 288 horsepower, a bit more than the last cars. And even though you can only notice when comparing or when parking this car next to others, this is a really big car, and it does weigh 1,084 kilos. But it's not that bad for this size of a car. And let's see how it does. Okay, I'm turning the wheel like all the way, I'm braking, and the car is not turning. And well, as you can see that, and it's supposed to be like that. Now, I'm wondering how can I be so much of a bad driver that I was losing control of the back of the car, since it doesn't even turn. So yeah. Was it too... Oh man, did I forget it again? 244. I'll have to take a look at all of this again. after the race, but it was too. Damn, how much was it? There's only one way of knowing. And that's it. There it is. Going back. If I can get this one. Oh man, will I be able to turn it before the mountain? Hopefully. Let's try not to break anything as well. Okay, it's impossible to spin this car. That's exactly what you want in a challenge like this, right? So, yeah, that was wrong. Hopefully I'm not stopping in the front of the other cars. Let's take it out of the way. Out of the way. 244, so I was remembering, right? Okay, it doesn't break as well. As you would expect of a car for this type of challenge. Lots of space to brake, to stop. Let me write it down before I forget it again. 244 for the Phaeton. So it was exactly the same speed as the accurate Kia. So we have two cars sharing the top position right now. Let's see if the next car can break that. Ooh. But I guess this is not yeah, this is not the next one. Next one is actually, yeah, that one. That's, man, look at that. This is beautiful, and that looks like a proper speed breaker, speed record breaker. This is beautiful. And let me bring the specs here. So that's the Truffle Motors Mako, and the car you're seeing right now is a Beetle I made some time ago in the automation. Looks good, doesn't it? I even made a suspension just for this, but that's the subject for another video. Right now we're talking about the Truffle Motors Mako Speedster, and that's a V16 engine. That's right. It does have some cool interior features as well, as we can see here. Yeah, this is beautiful. This must even be better looking than the Corolla that was made by the same person, right? Let me just check if I'm correct. Where is it? Veers model was from William Veers, and the Mako. Just let me find it here. Yeah, it was from William Veers as well. So yeah, I guess we have the same taste for cars. And he even added a fin here. And I must mention this was the pick from Rusty. For those who don't know, we have 3 hosts in our challenge, and hopefully I will get them to present this instead of me, because yeah, as you can notice, I'm not an English speaker, and yeah, they would be a lot more fun. So V16 engine, 7.5 liter engine, 529 horsepower. Okay, so we're in a whole different level now, but also it's huge, and it weighs 1,664 kilograms. So yeah, it's quite heavy, but we don't know. This type of challenge is the place where this car could go well, right? So let's see how it does. Like you saw, we just started. 201, and oh boy, that was a really, really hard one to control. Let me write it down. So again, Rusty did choose a car that had lots of potential, but it's just, I don't know, this car, it's just so big and so heavy. It really needs a lot more control than that to go faster, or a much better driver. I don't know. Either way, we are quite far from the first places, and we only managed to go 204 kilometers per hour. And why didn't I write it down? Oh, there you go. It was 201, right? Okay. We will, before I post these results, I will check all of them again. But yeah, these two next ones are important. They are probably going to be the fastest. And yeah, these ones are important to remember. First, we are going with, oh, not the Beetle. That was a Beetle I was talking about. And I did something wrong here. I'm having to go to all the cars. Okay, so this is the next contender, and look at this thing. This is insane. This is the DCMW Jaguar 12 Sprinter, and as I mentioned in the forum, if BMG actually does take aerodynamics into consideration, it would be a great car for that, except from this front part, for this front grille. That would be like a wall, and that would damage a bit of the speed, but still, and I don't know. Let's see, the only way of knowing is giving it a try, but before that, let's bring up the specs. So, this is the, oh, still loading. This is the DCMW Jaguar 12 Sprinter. It was made by Morosa, and yeah, I should be saying all the names right. I'm sorry, I didn't say the names for some of the cars. But yeah, this is a V12 engine, 3.5 liter, 666 horsepower, the number of the beast, and it does indeed look like a beast. And 1,300 kilograms. So yeah, it's even heavier than I thought. I don't know. We'll see. It's a lot of horsepower. It's a lot of weight. Hopefully it will be a bit easier to manage. Let's see. And even before I start, we're in this challenge, the interior of the car is not considered, it's not taken into consideration when giving the looks score. But we do appreciate when you do put some effort on the interior. Some of these cars had some great interiors. I should have shown that. I don't know. You let me know if you would like me to spend more time on this or not, or if it's going to make it too long. But look at this; it's beautiful. It doesn't look like a car that you could make in automation and just export it. It's beautiful. It's great. Let's see how it does. 9,000 RPM. Not easy to drive, but after we've driven the Mako, it's not that bad. It does scream a lot though. Uh-oh. Okay, stopped. Almost stopped in time. 317, that was wild. Okay, that's the fastest car by a really big margin, 317. And I did break the car a bit, sorry. And yeah, that I didn't mention that's the nickname of this one is the Kallenbeck. 317 is the fastest by far, and one more car to go, and that is our reign champion, the Catuleto Tipo 48. It did win the Dragster Challenge. Let's see if he can win again. And just to mention, while I bring up the specs here, the Jawa 12 was Tati's pick, just like she did in the last challenge, and this one is Benny's pick, just like he did in the last one. And as you could see there, he did put some effort on the interior of this one as well. The last car, the Jawad, as I mentioned, I probably did, right, was made by Morosa, and he was the one responsible for that crazy design and beautiful interior. And this one was made by Fabi Remy 999. Is that it? I did spell his name wrong once, and I don't want to do that again. Fabi Remy 999. And okay, let's bring up the specs. Oh, we did have it already. Hopefully it wasn't like this during the Jawad run, was it? Oh man, I hope not. Okay, so these are the specs for the Tipo 48. A V12 again, this time 4.2 liters, 562 horsepower. So 100 horsepower less than the Jawad, but it's exactly 1,000 kilos of weight, which means, I don't know, what does it mean? We'll have to check it out. And let's just take a quick look at this interior as well. As you notice, the Jawad kept pretty much a street legal interior. Not that this one isn't, but this one does look more like a racing car. I don't even know if by this time they had the roll cages and stuff, but yeah. This one looks like a proper racing car from the inside. Let's see if it does take the crown again. Probably was running better than car again. No. Oh. Okay, not that bad. Man, that was... I'm sweating. 305. And that wasn't enough to beat the Jawad. 305. I do think I could go a bit faster, but yeah, the Jawad did beat it. Maybe it was a combination of car and driver, but I could go a bit faster in this with this one, I think, but not enough to beat 317. So yeah, we have a winner, and that's the Jawad. Let's use the handbrake here. Okay. So we have a new winner. The Jawad, DCMW Jawad was the fastest car, and this beautiful Tipo 48 came in second. Let me bring the full results for you. We don't have the table this time. I did have some issues with the computer, as some of you in the forum know. Let's sort the results out so I can tell you. Alright, so our winner was the DCMW Jawad, and he had a time of top speed of 317 kilometers per hour. The Cataletto did 305, so these were the two fastest by far. Let's say these are not official results, as I'm going to give it just going to check these times as probably just the three first ones. I know I didn't get it right. They were a bit more actually, but not really that much. So yeah, again, Jawad first, Cataletto second. Then we had a draw in the third place between the Phaeton and the Accurate Aguila. They both did 244. Then we have the Regal Aviator with 235. Real close to that is the Pioneer with 234. Then we have the Corolla with 203. The Truffle Motors with 201. And then the Caragiale with 192. And that really isn't that far. The Caragiale was probably the car that made the biggest jump. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy watching this. I hope I didn't make it too long. I tried, but again, I think I did. Sorry about that. And as I mentioned, I was going to... Why isn't the brakes on? Okay, let's switch to the... And I don't know why some of the cars are still on. With the desert being that hot, I don't believe they would be lasting that long with the engines on and the car stopped. But okay, that's our winner. I did break it a bit, so sorry about that. And I was going to talk about a bit about the next challenge, and I'll try to make it brief. So as we had a factory car, and then you guys did your racing versions of them. Now we're going to have another factory car release date, and this part is optional. You can just use the car you sent. You don't need to even make another car, but if you want to, you can. Like you can send one car per factory release date. And I lost my point there because I was looking at the damage I made. But yeah, so you can make you can send one car, but like some of you did, you can send more than one, but then you have to make another company. Okay, so you can send as many cars as you want, as long as each one of them is for a different company. And those of you that already have a car, a factory version of a car, you can just keep that, or you can make another one. You can make a totally new car, or you can make a bit of a different version of the car you have sent already. And one really important thing is if you do send a new car, you can choose to keep them both, or if you don't want one of the cars to be stealing sales from your new car, you can send me a message through the forums or to the website to say that you want to discontinue your whatever car you want to discontinue. Okay, so that one will not participate in the sales or anything anymore. So after we have this new factory car submission date, we are going to have 2 more competitions, and this time let me check which competitions these are going to be. Hold on a second. Those would be, I'm checking the calendar, and if you want to check the calendar, you can check either the forum or the website. Okay, so we're gonna have our factory car submission deadline, and then we are going to have where is it? I cannot even see my own my own website. But yeah, we had the Salt Lake factory car. Okay, so then we're gonna have the Monza time trial. That's going to be a circuit time trial using the old version of Monza, which has those huge banked corners, and I will post the version of the track I'm using in case someone wants to test their cars. And also we're going to have the City Streets Rally. That's going to be in a really tight circuit in Italy, the Italy version of BMG, and I'm going to send you that one as well. Okay, so that's it for today's challenge. Those are some of the information. Hopefully I didn't forget anything, but I probably did, and if I did, I will post it in the forum. And also I know I still own you the instructions, detailed instructions on the website and the forums. I'm going to try to do that. Oh, and one really important thing, we are probably going to postpone this next deadline. The reason is I have another surgery coming up. Hopefully it's the last one. And also, if I just postpone for that, then we are going to be right in the holidays. So what I'm probably going to do is make the next deadline just after the holidays. I will post that as soon as I decide, probably tomorrow. And I think now I got everything. And just in case there's someone watching it and I have no idea what this is, well, as I said at the beginning, you can also participate. It's not hard at all. I'll try to do a tutorial. It's just basically building a car on automation. The game even lets you like build a random parts car automatically, and then you can just switch things here and there, and then you export that to BMG, and I'll do the rest. And hopefully with our trio of hosts presenting it next time. Cool. Thanks for watching again, and see you next time.